Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Fresco, the dice game. Ignore the word card. Fresco the Dice Game is a game for 2 to 4 players, published by Queen, designed by Marco Ruskowski and Marcel Subelbeck. I probably said that wrong. I apologize. I believe they're the same designers for Fresco. I didn't look at it before I should have. Someone's going to yell at me like they always do because I don't do my research. But effectively, this is the dice game of Fresco. So it takes the theme of painting the fresco in the bigger box game, and it strips that down into a kind of a, I don't want to say push your luck, but kind of a Yahtzee style dice game with some interesting dice, some interesting mechanisms, and some betting. So if you want to see how that works, you can click the link in the video description and I'll play through like half a game. If you don't care about that, stick around here and we'll take a look at the components. Alright, so here are the components for Fresco, the dice game. Again, well, not again. They're not a ton of components, so I'm not going to spend all day, but there's some cool dice, just different colors with different color dice, which are pretty cool. They're wooden. They're really nice, fun to roll. First player marker. The player board is pretty cool. Does what it needs to do. It's got spaces for the portraits and the betting tokens. They're easy to understand. Spaces at the top. The main board has all the frescoes on it, the cool bishop, which I think is basically the bishop from Fresco. All the fresco paintings here with the art on the other side, but really all you care about is this side. Got points, which space it goes onto on the board. So when you put it on, you know, you fit it, match it up. Pretty good components. I'm not complaining. They look good. The art on the fresco is consistent with the fresco art, so I appreciate that. So yeah, not a lot. I'm not going to talk about it. The rule book, we'll talk about that more in the card game, but it's double-sided. So this way is the card, this way is the dice. It tells you how to play. It's pretty good. It's kind of big, but I like that they're all in one book, so that's kind of neat. So those are the components. Let's talk about what we think about the game. Okay, so Fresco the dice game is it's Fresco in theme only. And by that I mean you are using the little bishop pawn, which is the same in the actual Fresco game, and you are painting a fresco and portraits. But effectively it's a dice rolling game where you're trying to hit certain numbers, and if you hit that number, you paint the piece, you score points. You're just trying to have the most points. There's a little kind of like a safety mechanism where you can paint some portraits. So if you're off, you miss your number by maybe 1 or 2, you can get like a portrait, which is kind of a get out of jail free card. You're getting some points, not as many as the fresco, but at least it wasn't a complete waste of a turn. And then if it's not your turn, you're going to be betting on if you think that person's going to do what they said they're going to do. Are they going to paint the fresco? Are they not going to paint the fresco? Are they going to get a portrait? There you go. So simple game. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's 30 minutes. Doesn't outstay its welcome. Not blowing me away by any means, but it sets up fast. It plays fast. It has a vibe of Fresco. So if I want to play Fresco, but I don't want to get Fresco out and teach it and all that mess, at least this has some frescoes in it, I guess. But yeah, it's solid. It's interesting. I like it better than the card game, which we'll talk about later. But it's not the greatest game in the world. So if you're interested in it, I would say check it out. It's got some cool mechanisms with the color dice and the dice of different colors, so they kind of work together. That's kind of fun. Betting on what people are doing is kind of fun, but I'd rather play Fresco. So there you go. So that is Fresco the dice game from Queen. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.